so we're here. So this is what I wanted to do, guys. Sorry for the little whoop whoop whoop, but what? Let me start the camera. All right, awesome. So what I wanted to do, guys, is I wanted to do a reaction video to what's going on in California with these wildfires. You know, I'm a real estate agent here in New York. Also do business down in Florida. However, I do have tons and tons of colleagues going on that live and do business down in California that need help, that need awareness to what's going on over there. And I want to do my part is to bring awareness. Maybe somebody watching this will actually donate. You know, they have tons of GoFundMe's out there. Element also has a GoFundMe, and you know we need to support each other. I hear that there's a ton of insurance companies that are just dropping people, and that's extremely heartbreaking. You know, imagine going into a policy, right, and you paying your policy for 10, 15 years, 20 years, and you never had a claim, and on the 21st year, this crazy disaster happens. You put thousands, tens of thousands, if not sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars into this policy, and you can't take it out because they just dropped you because they didn't want to pay everybody what they were supposed to. It's crazy. It's heartbreaking. It's damning, and let's see what's going on with this.
Sir, good evening to you. What you see behind me here is a pile of misery, and it is not unique. There are several communities and neighborhoods and residential areas that look just like this.
This almost looks fake. I don't know if it's the camera work. I don't know if what's going on. It almost looks like he's in front of a green screen.
This was a shopping center, and beyond that, a school.
You know what's crazy? So the size of what the fires created, right? The mass destruction of what the fires created just a couple of days ago was bigger than Manhattan. Manhattan is an island in New York City. Imagine that. Not a small little island, you know. Manhattan is somewhat of a large island in New York City. And take that, put that inside of California, that was burnt to a crisp plus more. And I wonder if they're going to get into the arsonists. I wonder if they're going to get into that. This looks like a movie. This looks like a movie. You know, once you start telling your children, you know, let's say in 2040, 2050, 2060, what's been going on since 2019, they're going to look at you like, no, this isn't true. This isn't true. We lived through some crazy times. See? So this is 6 days old. So the fires are still going on. So this was 6 days old, and they just said it's been going on for 3 days. So this is 6 days old. It's been going on this is 9 days of a nonstop fire. That was a creative shot. I actually did like that on as a creative. That is insane. That is insane. It melted the rims. And you know what's crazy? Unfortunately, um, this is actually going to unfortunately improve the real estate market, right? Because people need somewhere to move. And the Palisades is actually one of, to my understanding, one of the richer neighborhoods in California. So those people are going to have to find somewhere to move, which is now going to raise property values in other areas, possibly in the surrounding areas when this gets contained. Some people will actually be discouraged from actually even living in California altogether. They'll probably go somewhere where they don't have to worry about, the dry air. It's crazy. It's not basic in my community, unfortunately. They don't want to do dishes. They don't want to do dishes. But it's crazy. It's insane the amount of things that we do take for granted. Washing dishes, taking out the garbage, going to sleep in your own bed. These people unfortunately they invested. Imagine just closing on a home, put in $200,000, you saved up $2,000, $200,000, $300,000. You closed on the home, you put that down payment on it, and now you're making your mortgage payments, and then 2 months later, this happens to you. You know how disheartening that has to be, how discouraging that has to be, how depressing that is. That's insane. That's insane. Hold on. So, they hold on, they kind of playing with me now. Hold on. Let's fix this real fast. Because they playing with me. Let's get back to it.
Sunset fire triggering rush hour evacuations in the heart of Hollywood. Miraculously, a break in the winds let crews attack the fire from the air, stopping the blaze before it could reach homes. These firefighters are going nonstop, 60 hours battling more than just the flames.
How's your water pressure been?
Water pressure's been a big issue. We have had dead hydrants, so we've been having to go back to Sunset Boulevard.
Imagine being a firefighter and not being able to fight the fire because you have a bunch of dead hydrants. Somebody dropped the ball.
To get water to come all the way out here.
The smoke hasn't cleared and anger is growing. Many questions loom. Was Los Angeles prepared?
We will absolutely do an evaluation to look at what worked, what didn't work, and to correct or to hold accountable any body, department, individual, etc.
Failing water pressure.
Somebody dropped the ball. If not somebody's dropped the ball, and thousands of people, tens of thousands, probably, I don't even know. I think as of yesterday, it was about 12,000 homes burned down. Hundreds of thousands of people, are now out of this home situation. They have to deal with this pollution. The air quality goes down. So many things happen. A lot of people dropped the ball. And the fact that I've been in management for a long period of my life, and one thing that I definitely do know and understand is that it always starts at the top. So you yourself, Miss Lady, have to take accountability as well, because you had a part in dropping that ball, whether you know it or not, whether you were sleeping at the, yeah.
Pressure and hydrants leading to a heated moment. A fire victim challenging California's governor.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be.
While the cause of the fire.
And this is not the first time the fires, California's prone to these fires. This isn't the first, second, third, fifth, fourth, fifth, 20th time. This happens. So why is there no water?
Fire is still unknown. The damage is incalculable. Before and after satellite pictures show the story. On the Malibu coast, a row of multi-million-dollar mansions laid to waste. 40 miles away, this view from Altadena, a middle-class neighborhood dotted with destructive fires.
It's a wasteland.
This looks like an apocalypse. This looks like an apocalypse.
For those coming back, home looks like a hellscape.
We couldn't even recognize it on our way up here. We didn't even know where we were 1 block from our house because everything was so different. There's no landmarks left.
And Tom, you mentioned there was a break in the weather. The winds were a bit more favorable today, but the situation is growing more serious this evening.
That's right. Firefighters are still working around the clock. Officials believe the death toll will likely grow as they check out more neighborhoods. And there's one more thing they're warning about tonight, and that is looters. If you can believe it, Lester, people are coming to areas like this and stealing what little people have left. So far, there have been at least a dozen arrests.
That's nasty. That's nasty. I don't even know what to say. That's disgusting.
Lester.
All right, Tom, thank you. The task of fighting such a massive area of fire is immense. And as Morgan Chesky reports, the struggle for water is complicating the fight on the front lines.
Tonight, a relentless firefight far from over. Frontline crews facing challenges that only start with the flames.
What do we got going?
So what we have is the fire's already burned through here.
What we're looking at right now could have been caused by a single ember.
One ember could have caused this.
We join Los Angeles.
That's crazy. It's because the air is so dry out there. The air is so dry out there that, you know what? You know what? I might get in trouble, but I want to hear. So, yo, people are crazy. People are crazy. All right, let's see what Trump has to say.
What does your video sound like? Go to artlist.io and get the best music and sound effects for your video.
All the other problems, they were not happy. And it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not they're going to build or whether somebody else is going to build and build a much lesser home. These were the most expensive homes outside of Palm Beach County. I see a list outside of Palm Beach. These were the most expensive homes anywhere in the world. And I don't think I think a lot of them are just not going to go back and build it. Plus,
I agree. I believe that people are, as I said it before, I believe that people are going to get discouraged from being in the area. They're going to take their money and go. Now, what I've actually just recently learned, which is crazy in my opinion, is the fact that, let's say you have a $5 million insurance policy, right? Sorry. Let's say you have a $5 million home. You have a $5 million home, so you take out a $5 million insurance policy, and your home burns down. That insurance policy not only covers the home, it covers the land as well. So, outside of the land, because when you buy property, you own from the land down to the equator, up to the heavens. So you got the property on top of the land. Maybe that's valued at $3.5 million. The land is still there. So you cash out, you get all of your money. You're only going to get that $3.5 million. Why? Because the land is still there and you can rebuild if you'd like. So basically, you'll take that $3.5 million, right? You'll take that $3.5 million, pay off the rest of your house that's no longer there, and you'll still have a $1.5 million mortgage for the next however long term that is. That's crazy. So if you just bought the house, so you can decide to rebuild, you can decide to sell that land, but now the land value drops, right? The land value drops because it's torched. So now, as this is going on, how many builders are definitely going to come in and try to buy, but how many people are really going to, unfortunately, they're going to know you're desperate because you want to get out of this mortgage. So now you possibly have two mortgages. It's going to hurt you with the banks because you already have this debt of $1.5 million left over from this land, from everything burning down, and now you're trying to get another mortgage for another property, right? So now you have these two mortgages. These developers are going to come, these investors, these developers are going to come, see that, and now it's, oh, well, I got $1 million, the land is worth $1 million, let me give you $1 million. You can't even sell it because you owe 1.5. Like, this is crazy. It's going to hurt in so many ways. It's going to hurt in so many ways.
They don't want to be part of a construction site. They don't want to. They're building a home, another one's building. They're building in front of them, behind them, alongside of them. So I think it's a tragedy. I think it's an incredible tragedy. It's also a tragedy for a tax base. And the governors know exactly what I'm talking. And I'd like to hear anybody talk about that. But if you're the governor of a state and you lost thousands of very rich people that were paying.
That's going to hurt your economy because somebody dropped the ball. Now, let's just say that this was strictly Mother Nature. It's out of your control. The fires were going to happen. But you possibly wouldn't have had as big as a damage, right, population of damage if proper measurements were already put in place, i.e., water.
Paying a lot of taxes and weren't happy about it and weren't happy about what's happened to California, which has all the advantages of greatness, but they've had horrible politicians. I think that Gavin is largely incompetent, and I think the mayor is largely incompetent, and probably both of them are just stone cold incompetent. What they've done is terrible. Would anybody have a comment on that? Because when you talk about losing the tax base, you're losing a lot of, you're going to lose a lot of those people permanently, and those people pay billions of dollars in taxes. Governor, what about you?
That's crazy. That's crazy because y'all didn't check to see if water was there.
We got some great property in Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, they'll be moving to a lot of your states. They'll be moving to Florida, I can tell you. I know that. But they're going to be moving to, you're going to pick up a lot, Texas. So.
That's crazy. I was thinking that as well. Trump is a real estate guy. He started off as a real estate agent in New York. And I was just thinking, I said in my mind, Texas and Florida, because these people already like the heat. They already like the heat. They already like the warm weather. They like the thing is, they might not want to go from fires to hurricanes. So Texas really might be the place to go for the people in California. You still got the heat. You still got them deserts and everything, so it's almost the same as on the other side of the country. However, it's favorable. It's favorable.
It's a rough situation. I've never seen, I think it's one of the great catastrophes in the history of our country. Not even believable.
Thanks for watching. Go to join.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Listen, I'm sorry that you guys, California, I'm sorry that you guys are going through what you guys are going through. My hearts are out there with you. My condolences are there as well. And I really wish the best for you guys. This sucks. This sucks. Like, comment, subscribe.